Did you wear your helmet to bed so you could survive the 1 hour time change, which you didn't have?
Right. Yeah, this is weird. This time change, not time change, whatever. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, it changed. The only difference was is that I was cranky and my kid was cranky, and you never realize how much 1 hour less of sleep will get you. And not, by the way, on the
Oh, really?
weekend. It
Right.
was it was trying to get to bed last night
Oh,
because
they did a Sunday night.
what?
Sunday night, not Saturday night, right?
Yeah, well, it's into Sunday, but the problem is
Oh,
going to
okay,
bed
Sunday
last
morning.
night.
Yeah, yeah.
The time, like
Yeah, yeah,
my
yeah.
body
Yeah.
clock is off, my kid's clock was
Oh,
off,
yeah.
and
No, it's daylight savings time is the best.
yeah, it's just whatever.
It is a bizarre fact of history or news or whatever that parts of the world like Mexico are dropping daylight savings time. It's daylight savings time is unhealthy for your body. It's a bad thing. It hurts everybody. There's no good news for it.
See, I
And
like it
the
later in
United
the
States,
evening.
all right, but just bad for you. It doesn't matter why. But the United States is thinking about they're thinking about not changing clocks twice a year, but they're going to adopt daylight savings time.
Yeah. Like
It's
that will be like the standard,
perfect.
which I would be much in favor of. Just stop
No,
changing
you
the
know
damn
what?
clocks. Like
I have
that's
I have the answer, and I don't understand why everyone doesn't just do this. Split the difference. Right?
how would you?
Take the half-hour difference between daylight savings time and standard time and make that time. 30 minutes. Don't do it by an hour. Just do it by 30 and then call it that's the time.
But then we'd be
We're gonna,
30 minutes off of everybody.
no, everyone should. No. I mean for the planet. Like in other words, the whole planet should just do that. That's the compromise.
Dude, there's
No, I know
no
it's
way
never
that's
going to
gonna
happen.
happen.
No, it's never going to happen. That's the point. Can't reach compromise.
I mean, we
What's the
can't
last
even
time we
agree not to drop
compromised?
bombs on each other, let alone
No, I know it's ludicrous. That's
move
why
your
I
clock
mentioned
30
it.
minutes.
It is one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, okay, actually, and then no, never going to happen. No, too simple.
One of my reminds me of a friend. This was many years ago, probably a decade ago. Probably my best friend called me up. He was in New Orleans and doing what you do in New Orleans. He was
Sure.
had a few to drink,
Being stupid, yeah.
and it was I don't know, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, like dead 3 o'clock. I was like, Jim, what time is it there? He goes, it's 2:38. I'm like, wait a minute. We can only be hour. It's 2:38. Just
Close enough.
yeah, close enough. Close enough.
No, well,
Anyways, Paul, you don't like paint again?
I never liked paint since they redesigned it. They screwed it up.
Paint by
You
numbers.
know, because a lot of criticism always is negative. I just would point out that Notepad, which is an app I use every single day,
Mhm.
they redesigned it and did it right. They didn't script any of the keyboard shortcuts. They supported dark mode. It looks nice. Perfect. That's how you do that. That's what you do. And then Paint. Was Paint made by a summer intern who had never seen Windows before or something? It's only light mode, and it's not light mode, it's white. It is shockingly bright. So if you were on a dark mode display, it's horrible. The keyboard shortcuts gone, right? A lot of them. I mean, some of them still exist, including the one I use the most often, which is image properties, which is where you resize an image. Control E. Every single day, Brad. I use this thing every single day, and the way it's worked, and I mean forever, dating back 20 years plus, is when that dialog comes up, the width box is selected. So if you want to change the height, which is what I often want to do, in fact, it's the thing I do most often. It doesn't matter why, screenshots. One tab, and you type a number, and you hit enter, and that thing closes. Now, when this box opens, it's 5 tabs away from width, and if you change the width and hit enter, nothing happens. The OK box, the OK button has to be selected. Like, I can accept, no, I mean, it's like, the keyboard shortcut thing is hard, but I've been dealing with it, the brightness, it works, it acting like a ring light in my screen. Not great, but I've been dealing with it. But come on, now you're going to screw with my workflow in another way. Sometimes I feel like Microsoft's diddling with things that don't need to be diddled with is malicious. Like, there's no reason for that thing to have changed. Well, of course, it changed to like a WinUI thing, so it's like twice as tall as it used to be, so it doesn't work with low-res screens very well. Takes up most of the screen now. And I guess it's sort of like Windows 11. It's like, look, we went to WinUI. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah. How come I can't right click the taskbar and get Task Manager anymore? Yeah. It's like that, you know? It's like, it's pretty, but it's pretty now. Yeah, no, it's okay looking, I guess, but I don't know. I like things to work.
That's a tall ask.
I know. I am unreasonable. I'm just getting tired of it, Brad. You're always getting in the way. And this morning I brought up, my intention was never to write a series of these articles, right? But this morning, for the 1,000th time, we literally do this every day, 5 days a week. 48 weeks a year, something like that, 46, I don't know, times blah, whatever number of years. You call me on Teams, I cannot hear you because the default audio device has changed, despite the fact that nothing has changed here. And I said to you the thing I've said to you so many times, aside from the swearing, which is, why doesn't this thing have the notion of preferred audio devices, which is, when this device is connected, always use it for microphone, headphone, whatever. Always use it. Always.
Teams
if it's not
2.0
there,
will fix it, Paul.
You know what?
It probably won't.
Brad, I'm telling you, it won't. And more to the point, if it does, which would be a frickin' miracle, it will just break other stuff, right?
Yeah,
let's be realistic here. This thing's not going to fix problems and not cause problems, right? Both are coming together. I just don't know. I talk about lack of sleep. Did we talk about that? Was before the show or during the show? I guess it was before the show. I don't remember. We were talking about time zones, and it was during. Good. I see. I don't sleep enough, Brad. This is the problem. And then I have this stuff going wrong with everything I use every day, and it's almost like they're screwing around with me. Like this is how people get into conspiracy theories. So like this must be purposeful. Software can't be this stupid. It can't degrade over time and get dumber, but it kind of does.
I mean, so do we, though.
Yes, that's true. That might be the causal link, actually. Who makes software? Oh, yeah. The fallible human beings. Anywho, sorry. Monday morning. You know,
it is Monday. It's Monday all week, apparently. I don't know. It's supposed to snow today, which is
awesome.
Rough.
How much are you supposed to get?
I don't even know. It just said snow squalls or something like that, and I'm just expecting a Yeti to go dancing by my back window.
Yeah. The New York Times has an interactive story about this storm where you can type in your zip code and see how many inches you're going to get. It's based on estimates, percentage estimates for different numbers, and they're making it sound like it's the snowpocalypse, but I typed in all these places, and it's like, it's not going to be that bad.
No, we're not supposed to get much snow. It's just supposed to be violent.
Icy cold and terrible, yeah.
Which I got to tell you, this is way off course. So, well, I guess show notes or whatever for Dear Reader. In 2 weeks, there will not be a podcast that week because I'm going on spring break.
Oh,
and
right.
That's the week of the 25th that week.
Of April? No,
March. March 25th through.
Oh, it's happening quick. Is that only two? That's less.
Yeah, 2 weeks from today, I'll be gone.
Okay.
I'll be in Zion, which there's a hike there called the Narrows. It's like supposed to be one of the greatest hikes in the world. I don't know about that. That might be overselling it. The problem is, Paul, you were literally hiking up a river. And if the flow rate is too high, they close it. And it's been closed.
Right.
And I think we're going to be lucky to be able to do it because they've gotten so much snow there lately.
Yeah, I was going to say the way weather's been this past year, especially, but just in general over years, it's so unpredictable. You never know. I mean, you don't want to get caught in a washout situation or whatever.
I don't know. It depends on the day's going, right? It's like, well, you know what?
Sure.
There's worse ways to go.
Teams call first, and then you're like, you know what? Bring it in.
Exactly. Like this could be Brad Corner, and it'd be perpetually known as Brad Corner because that's where he just gave up.
It is still my son. The greatest moment of my son's life when we were in Puerto Rico. There were all these signs not to go in the water, so obviously we went in the water, and the waves were like 10 feet. It was crazy, and so I walked out. I swam out, I guess, actually, and then the water retreated, like all of a sudden I was just standing on sand, and then this giant wave, occurred, and I stood in front of it like this, and it just threw me back like 50 feet, and I landed on the dry part of the beach, like laying up. My son he probably peed his pants. He was laughing so hard. He thought it was the greatest thing. And I was like, I could have died from that. And he's like, totally worth it. You know. But anyway, you could do that. You could pull that move, and well, let's see. Like you said,
If there's
see how
a
the day
10-foot
goes.
wave in that river, that would be more alarming, I think. I think that would mean there's like a boulder, Indiana
Exactly.
Jones style rolling.
I know. How long ago did you book this trip? A long time ago, right?
Oh yeah, August.
Oh boy, that's
I
a
mean, it
weird
doesn't
thing
matter.
to
We're
look
still going to
forward
go. Like that's not
Oh
why
no,
we're
I know.
going.
It's
but-
only one thing. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
and
it's just interesting how you do something like that, and just there's nothing you can do about it.
no, there's literally nothing because
Weather.
it's based on the flow rate of the river, and if it's over like whatever 150 CFMs or something like that, they close it. And if it's below that, you're fine. If it's above that, you're whatever. But as of today, it's closed, and kind of expect that it's just going to be
Yeah.
closed at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
point. But
Well, it's 2 weeks away. You never know.
yeah, you never know. You never know. Just like you never know if we'll be here tomorrow.
Or if my
Giant
audio
meteor
device
keeps
is
on-
going to work. Please, giant meteor.